I try to strive for perfection, but at the same time, like, this is the phrase, don't be afraid of perfection. You'll never get there, you'll never reach it. I think Salvador Dali said it, and I really like that. Ultimately, you're always there, but you're never there. And I think the game of it is the most fun bit. It's important to be bold and to not be afraid to show your vision to the world. I'm Diana Olifirova, and I'm a cinematographer. I always bring an element of spontaneity. I think that's very important to make things look more real. The world is random and you can never really fully control things. So I like when people watch my films, they come back with their own visions of what I wanted to say. I think that's very important, that it responds to every person differently and it's open. The camera is important to the point that it can capture, everything you want to capture and what you see. It's good that if the camera doesn't have many limitations, because then you can really think about what you want to show rather than how to come out around the limitations, how to light it to the camera, So I think it's important the camera is kind of a very nice, very high quality canvas, and then you can create on that. I want to put some interesting high-end lenses on it and see what they would do with the camera, because I feel like it's very exciting to mix those kind of two different worlds together. I'm sure it has a very big latitude as well, so you can really push the darkness and the highlights. So I want to do that. When I do my own projects, I kind of create an abstract field that I dig into, and I try to think about it. How do you translate poems in my mind into the visuals? I do a lot of narrative work on TV and films. Really think about what is it about, who is the main point of the story, and each shot and each scene has to say something and has to be, leading the audience into something. So I think just even thinking about it and what does it mean and kind of coming up with your own language and interpretation is very interesting and kind of helps the story to be deeper. So that always keeps me afloat, thinking about it, discussing it with directors on a theoretical level, So all these things I think are very interesting, and the more you dig deeper, the better it gets. When you come together to create a piece of moving image or a piece of, a film or an art film, then it's a combination of all the things together, of all the people involved in the story and the different locations and spaces and times that you were there, and whatever the sun does and whatever the lights does or whatever breaks. And you constantly find the solutions and your own path through this journey when you create together. And I think the mix of all that and all these energies and that whatever happens in the end brings a little piece of, art basically together that is very powerful if it's made well, and it has a big impact on other people.